what you're saying. Oh, ain't don't talk about that. He's uncomfortable. He's an alcoholic. And there's other character that's an alcoholic also. Now, the difference between those two is one of them is a functioning alcoholic, the other one is a non-functioning alcoholic. So then, at the end, the non-functioning alcoholic realized that if you maintain a balance, he can do most of the things that he's supposed to do. Right? He says, and I quote, I'm sober enough to know what I'm doing, and I'm drunk enough to really enjoy what I'm doing. And to me, it was almost like a wake-up call, because yes, it's a system of drinking, and I don't drink, but it's also a system of belief, right? I have a job, right, and that job is 40 hours a week, right? And I'm like, well, as long as it's 40 hours a week, I still have all of those time off, right? And that job, well, I'm working 8 hours a day, but I still have 8 hours to relax, and I still have 8 hours to sleep, right? Technically speaking, 24 hours in a day, it will make sense, right? Technically not. Why? Now, here's the important part. Here's the interesting part. It doesn't really work like that, because whenever you have to do something, you take away from that relaxation period. You take away from that time where you were supposed to relax, which is supposed to be a blessing, right? You take it away from that time, you're like, oh, you know what, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Again, what is X, Y, Z? It doesn't really matter what X, Y, Z is, as long as you're able to have enjoyable time, right? But what if that X, Y, Z became, there you go, something you had to do? Oh, well, the kid, they have to go to school. Or the kid, they have soccer practice. The kids, they have musical practice. The kid has rehearsal, right? And I have to take them there. If you tell your boss, not on my time, you're gonna say, oh, not on my time, right? There's a system of, on your time you can do whatever the fuck you want. But now you don't have 8 hours, right? And you know that if you sacrifice and sleep too much, there's gonna be consequences. At the same time, people are gonna say, why are you complaining when you have 16 hours per day? Right? Because, dude, out of those 16 hours, how many hours are you gonna do what I want? So what's the plan? To lower your work rate? No, because then you'll become lazy. Then you'll have less money. And because you have less money, you'll have freedom. See, there's three types of freedom. Mental freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. Then we just talk about three types of shackles. You have three types of freedom, right? Kind of weird when you think about it, right? Now, helicopter. For some reason, I like some helicopters. It's crazy. When you really think about it, it's crazy because you're embracing the shackles. They're normal to you, right? When you go to work, right, and your baby, human baby, some of them will say your cats or your dog will also do that. They'll get sad and say, hey, stay. And you say, well, I want to stay, but I have to go work because I need to put food on the table. Kid doesn't understand that. Kid doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about. He doesn't have a single clue what you're talking about. Right? However, this is really important. This is really, really, really important. Why? Because of a couple of reasons. There you go. How many kids do you have, Alan? And check. Because you tell him, I have to work. Hopefully thinking that the kid will think that it's normal to work. Right? What about part of the system? And what other system the society fails? So talk about this, how we're all like a beehive. And we all are bees work, right? When we gather, we need people pick up the trash. We need a plumber, we need an electrician, we need all type of people in the world, right? You'll see a abandoned building. And the first thing you'll see is the nature taking over, right? And you'll see how quickly it's gonna become like a abandoned house. You're gonna see the effect of time, right? We're looking at post-apocalyptic, we're looking at Last of Us. Nature will take over. Nature used to be taking over, but as human beings, we're like, no way. I want us to be the king of this world. So where am I going with this? Because it's a bit confusing, right? I thought that by making content, I was my own boss, right? That by making content, I had this freedom, right? This financial freedom. I got money in the bank. We're good. We're not good for a long time though. This time freedom. Well, even if I worked, I'm enjoying myself. So instead of working 8 hours a day, I can work 16 hours a day. I can take a break. I'm my own boss. This is time freedom, right? So then you realize I don't have shackles. And I create myself shackled because I'm forcing myself to do all those work, right? Here I am with 5 playthrough, 5 things filming. Here I am with doing clips, making pistachios, right? All this for what? All this because no matter what, I'm a victim of the system. It was taught to me when I was a young kid, the system. It was taught to me in school that the system is taking over. Not taking over, but the system is predominant, right? And all of these cases are a system. We can't avoid the system. I thought about 3 shackles, right? What I didn't mention is the mental shackles. The mental shackles are the most present. They're the strongest of the shackles. So what are the mental shackles? Well, that's super easy. The mental shackles are the fact that if I don't follow a system, doesn't matter what it is, I'm not comfortable. If I don't follow a system, no matter what it is, this feels weird to me. The new normal to me as becoming following some type of system A, B, or C. And this is where this is fucking you over. It's not fucking you over because you have the belief that if I follow the system, nothing will go well. Because it's ingrained in you, right? And this is the most beautiful part. You'll see in dictatorship, what they'll do is they'll dictatorship the parents. Now the parents will have the belief, and the belief will be transferred to the students and to the kids, and then the kids will transfer the belief to their kids. And then you don't realize that you don't remember that these were dictatorship. You don't remember the hard time. Communism was a period where you were encouraged to have a lot of children, and the system, as kids, of communism was a normal system. So those people grew up, and they still want the communism. People that have followed communism at a very young age will want communism because this is normal to them, and they don't know capitalism, they don't know socialism, right? And they will follow us. Imagine if I tell you you're from America, you're from Canada. If I tell you tomorrow, fuck capitalism, we're doing communism. A bunch of people wouldn't know what to do. Right? It's a system that is taught to you. Not by the government, not by oppression, but by people that you love, with your parents, right? Or about your friends, your neighbors, your city. This is where it gets crazy. The first generation will suffer a righteous push. So okay, well you have to follow these rules, and if you don't follow these rules, I'll get you. Right? Then the second will be like, well, this is normal. And the third, you don't even need to control them because it's ingrained in their mind. Talk about French Canadian a lot, and farmers, right? And it's a lot of work, right? They have freedom that we don't have. When is the last time one of your ancestors, of your generation, your father, your grandma, your grandparents, had a job or didn't have a job? Now, why is that important? It's because, well, I don't have time anymore. I'm at 5% batteries. But it's important. Think about it. When was the last time one of your family member, one of your ancestors had freedom? You're enslaved. It's for you it's normal because your parents were enslaved, and your grandparents were enslaved, and your great grandparents were enslaved. The system of enslavement is a normal process, and we are victim of it. Is that a good thing? I think so. I think so. I think so. Remember what you said? How can it be a hard thing? Well, it's kind of complex. The big sheep will follow a shepherd, right? They'll follow a shepherd. You can say that shepherd is the sheep, right? However, the sheep will follow the shepherd. They'll get lost. The sheep don't part of the flock. They have no more defense. They'll get kidnapped. Understand that? Understand? The system often needs control. Who knows? Who knows? Damn, it feels good. Okay, I have to go in. My battery's dead.